I am at Gatwick Airport at W.H. Smith's. Let's check out their prices.
That fucking what? £4.69 for a bag of chocolates. Are you having me on?
You know, you can get unlimited food and drink, including alcohol, in an airport for as little as £20 with this hack.
What in the broken Britain cost of living bullshit is this now? So here we are, East Midlands Airport. If you're coming here and you're getting a flight out to somewhere, I'd really recommend that you get your breakfast before you go. Take a look at them.
Do you know what I love about the good British public? I'm in the queue getting ready to board the flight, and there's a typical British guy saying, This is a big scam, innit? This is not for a good experience coming to the airport. All because he got told that he couldn't go into the priority lane. Like the whole British airport system was just set up to mug you off, mate.
Hello everyone, it's Tom the taxi driver and welcome to my ultimate guide to picking up at Heathrow, or any airport for that matter. This is the guide that you don't even realise that you need, but one day it's going to come in super handy and you can thank me for all the money that you'll save.
I'm not being funny, but when is it going to come out that this whole Gatwick pay within 48 hours is a scam? And like, you know, like the PPI scams where it was just bullshit and they were never allowed to do this sort of stuff. Because how is it fair? I picked my girlfriend up from the airport at like 1 a.m. I was tired, I forgot, get a letter. You owe us £100 because I didn't pay within 48 hours. How is that legal? I'm going to start a petition or something, I swear to God, because this is just not right. And yeah, maybe I shouldn't be so stupid and forget stuff, but surely I can't be penalised for that. Like, I forget everything. I have an empty bottle of shower gel in the shower that every single time I have a shower, I tell myself, that's going to the bin today. Gone from my mind. Next thing you know, next day in the shower again. Oh, I'm still there. You know, I'm just an idiot. Yeah, please stop charging me money for being stupid. I can't help it.
Morning people, hope you're all well. So this video is very much a whinge or a moan. Just having a pop at something that I think is one of the biggest scams and rip-offs in modern day life. So this morning, very early doors, I had to be up and about. I'll explain why. And I had to pay £7 for the privilege of doing something that took literally 1 minute. And the people that are levying this charge are making thousands of pounds, if not tens of thousands of pounds, every single day of the week doing this. What am I talking about? Airport drop-off charges. What a joke. Why? It's literally a money-making scam. So my eldest son is going away for a few days. I had to drop him to the airport this morning, Gatwick Airport, 4:45 a.m. this morning. So it was a very early start. So drove him to the airport. We're only about 35 minutes away, so we're quite fortunate. Literally drove into the airport terminal, drove into the drop-off lane, pulled up. He didn't have any luggage because he's only going for a couple of days, so he just had a rucksack with him. Jumped out, gave him a hug, jumped back in the car, pulled away again. The car was stationary for at most 1 minute, literally at most. I was in the drop-off lane from the time I pulled in to the time I pulled out the other end, 2 minutes tops. Bing, £7. And if you don't pay the charge, I think it's a £70 fine. Why? How can they possibly justify that? How can you charge someone £7 to take 1 minute to drop someone off? What does it achieve other than completely enriching the airport? And on what grounds are they doing it? What are they trying to do? Cut down on the amount of people dropping people off. So how else are you supposed to get there? You're supposed to get trains there. What, at 4 o'clock in the morning? Do the trains run at 4 o'clock in the morning? I don't even know. But that would involve a great deal of aggro, setting off at probably 2:30 in the morning, paying more money. Who's going to do that? No one's going to do that. Or you get a taxi. The taxis now don't drop off. They get charged to drop off and they add that on top of your fare. And what it's creating is a situation where people try and scam the system. So now when we come back from holiday or when we go on holiday, the taxis don't go in the drop-off lane. What they do is they go into the car park. They drive through the car park. They pull up next to the lift. They drop you off and they bugger off again because they go in and out of the car park within, I think it's 10 minutes. There's no charge for them. And then when they pick you up again, when they return.
Right then. Good morning, afternoon or evening viewers, wherever you are. Welcome back to Blighty Blighted, where we shine a light on the darker corners of dear old Britain. Now settle in with your tea or like those Yanks who eat popcorn a lot, because what I'm about to tell you will make your blood boil something good and proper. I've just watched this dreadful piece about scams at our airports and I tell you what, it's absolutely disgraceful. These vultures, these absolute rotters, They're preying on holidaymakers and business folk right here in our own terminals. Can you believe it? Heathrow, Gatwick, Manchester, nowhere safe anymore. They've got fake taxi drivers charging 3 times the fare, dodgy currency exchange booths that'll rob you blind, and don't get me started on those blighters with their premium parking nonsense. £80 to park your motor in what turns out to be a muddy field half a mile from the terminal. In my day, you could trust a uniform, you could trust a proper British queue. Now these chancers are dressed up like officials, targeting pensioners with their heavy suitcases and their confusion about all these newfangled apps and whatnot.
So we've all heard about the lounges at airports, and most of us think you have to be like a millionaire to even go in there, or at least super rich. But there is a way to do it for a fraction of the cost, and some people can even get it for free. So if you bank with Monzo or Revolut, then you need to keep listening. And if you don't, then it's worth opening an account just for this hack. So if you pay for your account with Monzo or Revolut, this is known as a plus or a premium account. You get loads of benefits anyway by being on that plan. But included in this account is access to something called Lounge Key. And Lounge Key can pair up with your Monzo account and give you 50% off lounges across the world. So I've been using this trick for years, and I've been getting lounge access for £20. And that means that when you go in, you get a full English breakfast, like buffet style, unlimited drinks. So that's alcohol. They have a full bar where you can just go up and serve yourself whatever you want. It just makes sense to pay £20 for this, because you're paying more than that just for one meal per person when you go to an airport. So you can sit there before your flight, you can get there early and sit there for 3 hours and just fill your boots with food and drink, then board the plane. It's literally a no-brainer. If you already knew this, then let me know. If you didn't know, then let me know how you get on.
So this is a quick warning video if you are coming to London and you need airport parking. Heathrow, there's a company called Purple Parking, and they do quite cheap parking rates. However, I've just left my car for 24 hours with Purple Parking, and they've stolen the money, some of the money that was in the car. Wasn't very much money, but it's the principle. Do not leave your car with a company who will potentially steal your money from your car. It's just not worth it. Purple Parking, Heathrow Airport, Gatwick, avoid them at all costs. Shocking.
What would that be? What about on Highland Spring? For £3.19 for a box at the Highland Spring? Really? £7 for 3 bottles of water? Are you kidding me? That's going back on the shelf. So that was WH Smith's. I don't think we'll get any sweets or water from there, do you?
Guys, it's time to have a rant about the car park charges at airports in this country. It's ridiculous. Last week I took my son to Gatwick. I dropped him off. £7 for being there for like 5 minutes. And if you don't pay the £7 within the following day midnight, that fee jumps up to £60. Ridiculous. If you don't pay that within 14 days, it jumps up to like £100. Crazy. Yesterday I took my other son to Heathrow Airport. I was there for 45 minutes, got charged £11.50 for what? That's ridiculous. In this country, in the UK, we've stripped the country of its assets and sold them to foreign entities for them to try and attract their investors decent rates of return, and in the end it's the British people who are getting screwed over by it, the whole thing. It's ridiculous. So not very happy about this, and You know, it's getting to the point now where people are pretty much fed up, and if anyone's got any sense, they will pack up their bags and move to places which are, you know, where people are treated fairly financially rather than being screwed over in this country, left, right and centre, taxes, utilities, you name it, the list goes on. So anyway, that's my rant for today. Have a good one.
So because it doesn't go down all the way, charge of £48.
£48 for this?
£48? Yes, yeah.
£48?
Yeah, it has to fit into this gauge here, underneath here.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. What about one of these bags, man? Just slips right in.
Yeah, see this one here, perfect, mate. It fits in. That's perfect size, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so, excuse me, did you not get charged for that? No, I didn't get charged for that, man. It fit right in the cubby hole. I even got a lock on it.
So we've come to Pret in Luton Airport, and we have just got lunch. So we got 3 sandwiches, a mac and cheese, we got a water and 2 apple juices. Guess how much it come to? Guess. My mind's blown. £48. £48 and 19 pence. £48 and 19 pence. It's nearly £50 for lunch. The mac and cheese alone was £8.40. Like literally, my mind is blown. Even the guy who was serving me was like, yeah, it's really bad. I'm like, yeah, it's bad. Mary says she wanted a mac and cheese with kale because she likes kale now. You like green bits now, but I'm now just picking out all the pasta. She doesn't like the green bits. How much was this? £8.40. £8.40. Wow, you can even get a Rustler's burger out of a machine. Imagine. So if you've got what is in that meat for it to be kept in a machine?
So you've got a breakfast wrap, breakfast bat. I've already spoke to someone. You get 1 piece of bacon, 1 pork sausage and 1 fried egg in a floured bat for a tenner. Absolutely disgraceful. The bacon cob. In this one, you get 2 slices of bacon with a flour top bat, $7.99. Sausage, the same again. You get 2 this time, $7.99. Absolutely disgraceful. I'm lost for words. Like bowl of porridge, $5.69. It's getting out of control. Take a look at this as well. A chip bat. Now, I've just seen one of the chip bats, and let me tell you now, $7.29. I think you get about 15 chips and one of those crappy little floured bats. This has got to come to an end, surely. So yeah, I know it's in an airport. I know it's going to be a little bit dearer because they just take the absolute piss out of people. When they're in a place like this, they think they've got them trapped, they've got to pay it. But my best advice is to get yourself a little cob from a little cob van on the way in, if that's what you need to do. Peace out from TD.
So guys, I'm at Stansted Airport on my way to Canada via Iceland. Question is though, how much is a large English breakfast? I did this a few weeks ago at Birmingham Airport, $13.75 and £16. Can we beat it? But first of all, if I can ask a massive favour, can you please drop me a follow? If I can get 5 followers by the time I land in Canada, I really appreciate that. Let's go and have a look how much a breakfast costs. So this is the first place, the Camden. Let's have a look. So the next place is Sunnyside Hill. As always, we've got your airport Wetherspoons. The next option is the Italian kitchen. And this is your final option. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. We'll just go with Flavors of Lebanon. As expected, it was obviously going to be dearer being closer to London. There was more options, which I expected also. Weren't too much dearer than Birmingham, but the lowest price, again, was Wetherspoons, but it was 55p dearer than the Birmingham one. Let me know what you think about them prices.
Let's compare prices at East Midlands Airport to Dalaman Airport. Let's have a look here at Burger King. Halloumi fries, £5.74. Spicy double Whopper burger, $10.34. $10.34. Chicken Royale, $10.34. £12 bacon Caesar. Look at that. So it does pay. England is a lot cheaper than Turkey Airport. So here we are at Burger King in East Midlands Airport, and it's not that busy, tell you the truth. It's not too bad really for kids' holidays. And there's all your flights ready to go. So if you want to save some money, eat before...
Listen here. If it sounds too good to be true at an airport, it bloody well is. Stick to the official desks, use the proper taxi ranks, and for heaven's sake, don't hand over your passport to anyone who approaches you first. We won't stand for this sort of behaviour in Britain. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.